Yates. I suppose it's an obvious point, but you want to try and back up Tuesday night's result now, don't you?
Yeah, we do. I said on Tuesday night we didn't do ourselves any favours last week. I think we've only lost 1 in 7 or 8 games, but so we're not. But we're not too worried. But we need to start winning games back to backs, and obviously Tuesday night's performance and result gives us that chance.
In both your playing days and in Cheltenham's other promotion years, there has been a run somewhere in the season that's really made a difference. Can you try and put that together now?
Yeah, that's what we're aiming to do. But, that said, if we have to scrap it out and fight it out, no one seems to be, really grabbing it by the horns at the minute and making it their own. And that's the aim. That's the aim, to put a couple of wins together, to put 3 wins together. But all we can do is look after Saturday and make sure that we perform somewhere near what we did on Tuesday night.
In between games, is it as much analysing why you won as how you won? Because it is how you won that will lead you to win more, one would think.
Yeah, I suppose so. I know exactly where you're coming from, but it's just about working on the group, improving that on a daily basis. But it's also, the games are coming that thick and fast at the minute. You and with the weather as well, you're not doing that much too much training on the grass, unfortunately, with the amount of games we have, and as I say, the pitches are absolutely saturated, and everyone's having that problem. But we're getting the right amount of work into them. They'll be ready. We've got to keep them as fresh as we can for Saturday. There won't be too many changes, if any. So it's just a case of ticking over, but also preparing exactly right.
You used the word scrapping earlier on. 3 of the next 4 games against sides in the bottom 4, and they will scrap, won't they?
Absolutely. And the thing about us this season, it's not been one where we've been brilliant against the top teams and poor against the bottom, or the other way around. It's just we've won games against sides at either end of the division, and we've also lost games to either times at either end of the division. So it is a really tough league. It doesn't matter if you play the bottom of the league, the top of the league. You have to be committed. You have to try and match and better people's work rates, but you have to try and impose yourself on your game on them. And we certainly didn't do that against Dagenham, but we did it against Southend.
Are you surprised the shots are down the bottom?
Yeah, I think that's some good players. I think Dean's a good manager, great bloke. But I'm sure that come the end of the season they'll get out of it.
I mean, they've used a lot of players this year. I mean, that may have not have helped them, because constant change doesn't breed any sort of consistency, does it, generally?
No, it doesn't. But that's for Dean to worry about. It's not for me to worry about. I'm concerned with making sure that everyone in my squad's ready and able to go and do a job. And he's been a little bit unlucky with injuries and stuff like that. But like I say, that's for Dean to deal with, not me. They
lost to a set. One of the goals at Morecambe on Tuesday was a set piece, and of course it was a set piece that you won with at Aldershot back in August.
Yeah, so we'll have to have a look at that. They've got some big players as well, so surprising. But that we've got to make sure that our set piece deliveries are good. We've scored a fair few from this season, not of late necessarily, but we need to get back on the trail in terms of scoring from dead balls. The
one thing that your defenders will know is if Jeff plays, what his strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah. He's for me, I've always liked him. He's always given something. He's always added something to your team. I know he's got a few doubters around the place, but we have to be very wary of him Saturday. He'll be wanting to put one over us, and that's just the nature of football. He's had a good 2.5 years here. I enjoyed working with him. If he plays on Saturday, he'll be a problem for us.
You made the point on Tuesday about wanting to keep Marlon if you can. Has the sort of the window that has delayed the Swindon takeover actually helped you to actually seal that, if you like?
We'll see what happens over the next few days. He's my player at the minute. I didn't get hold of the chairman yesterday, but I'll be speaking to him today. We've had no contact from Swindon really with it. I'll see where we go, but he'll be in the team on Saturday.
And that says a lot about his, I use the word love in inverted commas, for the club, doesn't it?
He's never once asked me to go, demanded to go, or wanted to go. It was just the right thing. We all felt it was the right thing at the right time. But obviously, with what's happened and it not happening, his attitude's been spot on. His training's been spot on, and obviously putting him back in the team, he was superb the other night. And it's something we have got to think about. And all I'm concerned about right now, probably after seeing a couple of games without him, then a game with him on Tuesday night, is my concern is to finish as high as we can, and if Marlon's involved in that, then brilliant.
Or have a bit of a dead leg on Tuesday. It's going to be all right, do you think?
I think so. He won't train today. He's still a bit stiff. Russ Penn's still a bit stiff from a few knocks he had, but I imagine the whole group should be ready for Saturday.
Great, thank you.
Mark, Marlon set himself such high standards last season, and he sort of admitted that he hasn't been able to match them on a consistent basis this year. But if he plays like he did on Tuesday, he'd be all right.
I think he shares that with the whole team, to be honest. I think as a team we haven't quite played to the level that we played at last year, but we're still up there, and we're still in with a great shout. I think there's still more to come. We've got some young, some players who, like last year, who played for their first time in the Football League. Mo and Sido and Marlon. He's only 21, and it does take its toll. But we've managed to keep it fresh enough. We've managed to get some, more good players in. And although we haven't been as fluid and as pleasing on the eye as we perhaps might were last year, or the opposition, come into that as well. They give you more respect. They work harder against you. They know you're a scalp. They know your strengths and weaknesses. And fair play to my boys. And although we haven't, like I said, played with as much fluidity as we would have liked, we're third in the table. And that's a massive credit to my players, because people have found out more about us, what we're about, how we try and play, and have had to stop us at times. But there's also been times where they haven't been able to.
Yeah, not to yourselves, but you were a bit of a surprise package last season, weren't you? But this season now everyone knows you missed out on the playoffs.
We were a surprise package, but we were a surprise package in sort of August, September. We were always up there, and we've done the same this year. People are paying far more respect to us, if you like, but that doesn't matter to me. But people are knowing that they have to compete against us, and they have to try and stop us at certain things. And that's a compliment to what we've got. It's a compliment to how we've moved on, and hopefully we can go on that run that Ian was talking about, and start cementing our place where we want it to be.
Yeah, is it frustrating that sometimes a game like Saturday might be needed to get the players as fired up as they were on Tuesday?
I don't think Saturday had anything to do with Tuesday, to be honest. I thought we were all disappointed. I didn't ask for a reaction because I just knew I'd get one. We just needed to be far better than we were. I spoke to a couple of people over the last couple of days about the Dagenham one, and sometimes you've got to bin it. They've seen far better teams than us go to places where they play a certain way and they put you under pressure, and you get sucked into that, and that's exactly what we did. And I'll take the blame for that one. The players take the credit for Tuesday night for what they were excellent. We did the ugly stuff away from home like we had to against the big physical side like Southend, but we also played at the right moments as well and caused them problems.
Yeah, didn't ask about left back on Tuesday. Why did you pick Sido back in there ahead of Billy? Was there any particular reason for that?
Billy, I would have given a plan before we got a game. Was it Torquay? Was to play Billy, Torquay, Billy, Bristol Rovers, the 2 home games, and then to give him a breather, and then play Sido away at Dagenham, Sido away at Southend, just to give Billy that breather, to give Sido a little bit of a breather from his operation, because he's still not 100%. He's still playing with a slight little bit of discomfort. And I just felt we might need Sido at left back in those 2 tough away games. Billy at home being a little bit more prominent with the ball, making us play. I put him back in at Dagenham to try and make us play, and I didn't think I'd made the right decision. And if Billy misses, just that game and comes back in for the home game, with his quality, then I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I think you only had one left footer in the team on Tuesday, and you did say it was a bit lopsided with the midfield, but obviously it worked, didn't it? So it doesn't matter how many left. I think he's the only left footer in there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've had games where we've had 4 or 5 in the team. With Billy and with Darren Carter and Baggs, and we've got some good left footers in the team and the squad. That doesn't bother me. Good players can play pretty much anywhere, and I asked Russ to play a slightly different role away from home against Southend, and I thought he played it really well.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, Mark.
Thanks.